Welcome to Stupid Review. This is a series where we judge anime with real life standards, not for the fantasy part, but for the decision making skills and stuff like that. This video is gonna be almost like a list and some comments about certain actions. This time I'm covering I Became a Big Brother to Lolis. Not really, it's not the name, it should have been named that way, but the real name is gonna be on screen, it's way too long for me to read. Let's get to it. Okay, episode 1. Episode 1 makes you feel certain that the main character is going to be a ciscon. He very much likes his sister, like he doesn't care about anything else, just her. It's kind of cute. It's never going past the wholesome stuff, so I don't know if it's ever gonna be like, ooh, but it's mostly wholesome. Besides that, the hero that the main character got kicked out of, that hero seems to be like the main bad guy for the series. He's the blonde guy, he's an asshole, he's got all the traits to be like the main villain. If you watch anime, you can see it in his face. He's gonna be the bad guy, but he's gonna change after that, all of that. I was wrong. Also, totally personal opinion, the face doesn't fit the voice in my opinion. Voice is older, which I finally like. It's not 15-year-old boy, which has nothing to do with like all the amazing stuff they usually do. I finally like that the main character is actually an adult man, but the voice seems older for the character. I would like an older, like the character to look older. That's what I would like, not a younger voice. Episode 2, we meet a homunculus girl named Luna, and the main character knows she's a homunculus. He saved her anyway, and he doesn't let her know that. And she's suffering because of that. She's getting into a lot of uncomfortable situation which we could have prevented if he let her know that he knows what she is. Another thing which I think is going to be a foreshadowing is that the MC's sister and the homunculus girl, both of them have the wish, which can be granted by like a special stone that the main character is trying to get from some dungeons and labyrinths. However, his sister is dying from like an unknown disease. And it made me think that maybe the writers are preparing us for her death with like a new little sister. Episode 3 starts with an interesting topic, which I starting to see more and more in anime, and I like it. It's about sharing your feeling and being a burden, which sometimes come together. What I mean by that is, in the episode, the little sister is thinking about how she's completely useless to her brother, and she's blocking his options in life. He can't go and do whatever he wants. He has to take care of her and do like stuff that she wants to do, which is kind of funny that he was like in the hero party until now, traveling and destroying monsters all across the map, but that doesn't matter. It's an all different opinion. And coming back to this, she thinks one thing and the main character thinks a totally different thing. He doesn't feel that way. He doesn't feel she's a burden on him. He likes her, he wants to take care of her, he enjoys that. It's another thing that the main role for men and main role for women, men like to take care of stuff, so he doesn't feel the same way as she does. And obviously later on in the episode they talk about it, not because they wanted to, but because the homunculus girl Luna, she made them talk about it, which actually solved the situation. And then you can see the sister is acting totally different now, more affectionate. Another thing in this episode is that the hero from the party that the main character got kicked out of, he doesn't want to admit the tank was actually a good party member and he was actually helping them a lot. He doesn't want to admit that, and it turned out that he's actually harming his allies by doing that. You know, the basic like main villain. Episode 4, in this one we meet like a half chameleon, half gorilla, like a monster, a big monster, and it's sneaking around invisible like in a forest. But it's not really it is invisible, but it's not really stealthy because it's destroying trees and making so much noise and footprints and dust and everything is moving. So it's not really helping them to be like invisible. And besides that, obviously it's an anime trope right now. The moment they start fighting, after like they ambush the hero, the gorillas, then they wait and let the heroes regroup. They make sure that all the heroes are together, everything is okay, everybody gets their own, like all the heroes know what to do, how to fight, and then they start fighting. They're very gentleman monsters. In this episode, it turns out that I was wrong, and the hero is not going to be the main villain of the series. is suddenly acknowledging that the main character is actually a good person, and he's actually strong, and he needs his help to do stuff. He's suddenly like having a change of heart. But I don't think that the person that was as stubborn as he is and didn't care that his allies got hit and died. They didn't die, but they were close to it, and they kept getting hit and stuff like that. I don't think he's gonna change after getting like 1 or 2 hits on his head. It's not that like sudden. It's kind of cheap and I think unwelcome. And it has nothing to do with the fact that it was wrong and he's not the main villain. It doesn't fit like his character. Now, this series has so many stuff that is going all across anime. Another one is, I complained about it like I think in the previous stupid review I did, another hero party. And it's the thing that all the main characters want to negotiate with the enemies, and the enemies just want to kill them. Why do you want to negotiate with somebody who wants you dead? They don't want to talk to you, they just want to kill you. But they completely just insist on talking to the enemies. I don't get it. Why? Is this like a Japanese thing? If somebody knows, please do let me know. Episode 6 turned this series into like a bit of a dungeon management. If you read the Dungeon Defender, it's called, I think. It's the same. He can spawn monster with points which he gets by defeating adventurers and stuff. You know, like a simple management game, which is very nice and interesting, but again, doesn't fit the title. Just because the title has the name Labyrinth in the title, doesn't mean that anything that has to do with Labyrinth fits in that thing. Episode 7, nothing bad happened, nothing dumb happened, so I'm going to snitch on the samurai dude that he left his swords behind when he went forward to talk with people. Episode 8 gave me like another thing. I don't drink beer, just so you know, okay? I don't drink beer, I don't like the taste. Generally, I don't really like alcohol, I mostly drink the tasty stuff. I'm like that, yes. And this episode, they were drinking beer, and they said, oh, you don't, the homunculus girl drank it and she didn't like it, and they say, oh no, it's an acquired taste. I hate the argument it's an acquired taste. Why should I have to suffer a few times, hours, I don't know what kind of measurement, what kind of unit? Why do you have to suffer and not enjoy something just to enjoy it later? And it's not like work that you have to work toward it and then you get the money to do stuff. No, it's not like that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to drink beer. It's not like the same. So I don't get the whole it's an acquired taste discussion or argument. If you have like a probe thing, you might drink beer, which most people do, but if you have like an actual argument why you think it's good, please do write it down. I actually want to know why people like it, not the beer, the pro argument for acquired taste. After we get the whole discussion out to the side, during this episode they fight like a skeleton that has 3 balls that each of them do like another thing. One does a shield, one does like a healing, and one does damage. And the barrier can block either physical damage or magic damage, not the same, not both of them. And suddenly they discover it, and then they just don't use it ever again in the episode. They fight him, and it's taking so long, and they use so many of them fight against one guy to show later on that the master of those skeletons is actually, oh my god, he's so strong. But they knew how to defeat them way faster, but they just didn't want to do it, because then the episode, whoop, and then you won't have like the power scaling of the leader of the skeletons. He's not going to be as strong if you can defeat his skeletons very fast. So pick one, just make it so you can block all of the damage at once, and it's gonna be like, I'm gonna delete the whole point, okay? It's kind of stupid to show me specifically, oh yeah, we can do that thing to defeat them faster, but then you don't use it. It's dumb. Episode 9, this series is giving me flashbacks to Batum. Another thing that bothered me this series, especially this episode, there's a thing that going on across anime that whenever like a main character or any character for that matter gets surprised, let's say somebody's touching them like on the shoulder and they turn around like kind of scared or something like that, they always ask the dumbest questions you can do. For example, this episode there's like a flying succubus thing which bites the main character in the neck. What question do you think he asks? No, he asks, who is it? As if it matters who is it. As if like if it is wife, if it's his mom, who gives a fuck? If it is, I don't know what, biting him on his neck, that's okay, he's not gonna do anything about it. What was this line of thinking? That's stupid, very much dumb. Another stupid point in this episode is the main character is surprised that the dungeon's guardians wants to destroy the world. I don't get why he's surprised, because we already got told this like a few episodes ago. I don't remember which one. We got told that when he defeated a guardian and became the leader of a labyrinth, of a dungeon, and he learned that the labyrinth was made to destroy the world. He was barely surprised then. He was kind of surprised, not crazily, but now he's suddenly, oh my god, really? Just why? Episode 10, we get another case of MCs being dumb and shocked, like, oh my god, when he's shocked that people can actually be assholes, and he's so surprised that there is a guardian that does experiments on homunculus. Have you been born like yesterday? Do you not know that people can be assholes? What? Episode 11. I hope you enjoyed this one. It kind of got stuck in my head. And besides that, the MC in the episode is using monsters. He's leveling up the dungeon. It's a very cool concept, and it's an interesting idea, but I don't think it fits this series. Again, the name, it deserves a whole series on its own, not like one episode in a series. Episode 12, I won't bore you with the details, but they won a very dumb fight. It's a stupidly stupid fight. I'm not gonna tell you about it. You can go watch the episode. I don't want you to suffer just knowing the details. And then they gave us like a wholesome ending, and like a happy wife, happy life, a happy ending, and that's it. My personal opinion, this series was very decent. It's a very nice watch. It's very wholesome, and it has its own fair share of dumb moments, and quite a bit of them, which I think can be attributed to maybe lazy writing, maybe focusing on too many directions, which is my next point. Overall, the series is very shallow. It doesn't go like in one direction deeply. It goes in so many directions. It doesn't stick to any one of them. And I'm gonna give you like a rundown of what's happening from episode 1 to 12, like only what the MC is doing, like his main jobs. First few episodes, we get what I promised in the title. The main character gets kicked from the hero party. We get the whole situation of that. How is he in the hero party? How he's getting kicked out of it. This is the few first episodes, okay? Then we go to living a normal life, like the previous stupid review I made, like living the normal life, kind of wholesome, living the quiet life in a farm, like in a side town, nothing interesting happening. After that, the MC is suddenly the manager of a guild. He's in charge of the whole town. Then he's running an orphanage, and then for the final job he's supposed to save like the whole country. All those jobs kind of remind me of a certain someone that has so many jobs. A small thing that bothered me, it bothered me like in overall anime, and in this one in particular, it's not only anime, it's manhwa, it's manga, it's manhwa, like the Japanese, the Korean, and the Chinese, all of them the same. The world, the whole story world is built around everybody hating the main character, whatever he is. This time it's the shield. Everybody hates tanks. I don't have the like. I'm thinking too many stuff, but I know you know what I mean. Every job, everybody hate that. Like Rise of the Shield Hero, the same over there. The shield hero is like trash. Nobody likes him. In stuff that the main character is some kind of an animal, like half like a demi or like a, I don't know, like a vampire, then everybody hates vampires. Everybody hates half humans. Everybody hates whatever the main character is. Which, okay, we get it. Okay, you want to do like a story of growing through the hardships, which is fine, sure. But can we get another type of stories, or do we only get that? To sum up all this review, it's could have been like split into many series, and all of them could have been like interesting, just like children books, when you have like the, I don't know, MC goes to the pool, MC learns to poop, you know, like the Clifford stuff. Again, overall but decent, and I'm gonna watch season 2 most likely. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, you wasted your time. Keep yourself safe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.